The universe has a way of testing you, not in grand battles or monumental wars, but in moments where a single choice defines the kind of being you are. I discovered this on the mining colony of Erythra 7, a barren planet known more for its treacherous red dust storms than for hospitality. I had survived worse pirate raids, deadly asteroid fields, even alien ambush, but nothing prepared me for the moment the alien delegation landed with a gift for me. I had been offered the reward after completing a harrowing mission for the Zorathians, a reptilian species with sharp minds, but a cold morality. They had wanted me to retrieve an ancient relic from the ruins of a human colony, a relic said to amplify psychic abilities. I succeeded where many others had perished. In return, they offered me slaves. I had never claimed to be a hero, but I was human, and humans, in their essence, are defined by choice. And the choice was laid bare before me. The vessel landed with a soft hum, and two figures stepped out. They were magnificent. Dragons, humanoid yet awe-inspiring, with shimmering scales that caught the dusty light of the planet like molten gemstones. They were twins, identical in every way except for the faint hue of their wings, one sapphire, the other emerald. But it wasn't just their beauty. It was their presence, commanding and regal, even in chains. "Greetings, human," one of the Zorothians said, its voice like gravel sliding across metal. "These beings are your reward. Use them wisely." I stared at the twins. Their eyes, amber and piercing, met mine with a silent plea. There was no malice in them, only the weight of injustice. They had been sold, transferred across galaxies, stripped of their freedom, and yet they carried themselves with dignity. I swallowed hard. "I don't want them," I said. The Zorathian hissed, a sound that could have been laughter or a threat I couldn't tell. "It is not a matter of want. They are yours by right of conquest." I clenched my fists. Humanity had taught me something that most civilizations in the universe had forgotten. Freedom is not a reward, it is a right. And I could not, in good conscience, accept slaves. I made a choice then that would change everything. I spent the first few days with the twins, learning their story. They had been captured during a planetary war on Draconia, a lush world of soaring mountains and deep, glowing forests. Their clan had been decimated, their family slaughtered, and they had been sold to the highest bidder. They told me of the cruelty they had endured at the hands of mercenaries and alien traders, yet their voices were steady, unwavering. There was no breaking them, just like the human spirit. The Zorathians watched me, curious and wary, as I worked to prepare the twins for freedom. My plan was dangerous. Erythra 7 had no law that could protect them once they were out of my control. Zorothians had sensors, patrols, and agents scattered across the mining colonies. One false move, and the twins would be dragged back to slavery or worse. I knew I couldn't do this alone. I enlisted a few trusted friends from the colony mechanics, miners, and ex-military who had no love for the Zorathians' cruelty. We worked in secret, crafting a small vessel capable of evading the alien sensors and sustaining us through the planet's storms. The twins, for their part, watched quietly, learning about engines, navigation, and stealth from the humans who had risked everything to help them. The night we left was the darkest I have ever known. Red dust storms swept across the surface of Erythra 7, whipping against the hull of the ship, as if the planet itself tried to hold us back. I glanced at the twins. "Are you ready?" I asked. The sapphire-winged twin nodded, her eyes reflecting the storm like mirrors. We have waited for freedom longer than we have waited for air, she said softly. The emerald-winged twin smiled faintly. Thank you, human. That word, simple yet profound, struck me deeper than any reward the universe had ever offered. The launch was tense. Zorathian patrols scanned the atmosphere, but our small, modified ship slipped through their detection like a shadow. As we broke through the planet's turbulent atmosphere, the twins unfurled their wings, massive, iridescent, and powerful. They were dragons, yes, but the term beast could never capture their majesty. They soared beside the ship, guiding it, protecting it. For the first time, I understood what humans had always known about dragons. They were not mere creatures. They were forces of nature, embodying the freedom that all sentient beings deserved. Weeks passed as we traveled through uncharted space. The twins learned to trust the humans, and in turn, I learned that trust is not given lightly, is earned through courage, integrity, and compassion. We found refuge on a hidden planet, uncharted and wild, a place where no one would dare send hunters. There, the twins could rebuild their lives, free from chains, free from fear. I watched them adapt, saw them laugh for the first time in years, heard them speak of reclaiming their lost home and avenging those who had enslaved them, but always with restraint. They were powerful, yes, but they were also wise. Humanity's greatest gift, it seemed, had been teaching them that freedom was stronger than vengeance. And in that, I realized something profound. Humanity may not be the strongest species in the universe, but when it comes to courage, morality, and the capacity to inspire hope, no being can match us. Not even the most advanced alien civilizations. Years later, I returned to Erythra 7, older, wearier, but unbroken. The Zorathians had noticed the disappearance of the twins. They demanded answers, sent patrols, and even tried to bribe other miners for information. But no one betrayed us. I had shown that compassion, courage, and the simple refusal to accept injustice could ripple outward and change the universe in ways no weapon ever could. The twins never forgot. They became legends, their stories spreading across systems as the dragons who were freed by a humana, species they had once thought insignificant. They never sought revenge. Instead, they became protectors, defenders of the weak, champions of freedom in a galaxy that often forgot the value of life. And I, a simple human, had learned what humanity truly represented: the power to choose, the courage to act, and the moral clarity to stand for what is right. Even when no one else does, the universe may reward strength, cunning, and conquest, but it is humanity that shows what it means to be truly heroic in the end. I had not just freed dragon twin sisters. I had reminded the galaxy that even in the darkest corners of space, even under the shadow of the most merciless aliens, humans stand for freedom, and sometimes that is more powerful than any weapon. Asterisk.